Greetings, everyone. Hello, and welcome on yet another Devs and Holders meeting, number 30 this time. With me, Pavel and
Hi.
Bartek, the Devs manager, and we will talk some about the market today and some other news from the platform and other stuff. Last time we've seen Pavel was at number 20 of the live stream. This time it's number 30, so he got a luck regarding the numbers of the live stream, because last time it was number 20, this time it's number 30. Welcome, guys, and remember, leave a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, join us on the chat on the live stream. And first things first, as usually, as always, let's get on BigShortBets Twitter. If you're not yet following the Twitter, here you go, the BigShortBets. And also, I would like to recommend you the BigShortBets family Twitter as well, which is, as you can see, unofficial BigShortBets community channel. But also a third one, which is this time official news aggregator of the BigShortBets project, which is the BigShortBets News. We highly recommend you to follow all these three. And as usually, as every time, let's see how many active accounts we got this week. So this week we are aiming for 2,100 almost active accounts. As you can see, it's going steady up. So yeah, if you want to see the news, it was a busy week, not only on the crypto market, but also on the platforms like Facebook, which is our kind of, you could say, a competition, really. They had big dramas this week, regarding the whistleblower, and a big drama regarding the blackout of their servers. Some influencers were crying because in France this week is a fashion week, and all the influencer ladies couldn't take pictures and show us what's happening in their lives. But we are for you this week and every week. BigShortBet is still hanging up, and it's ready for you and for all the new users. So we highly recommend you to join. Let's get back to our devs. Bartek, what's our subject for today? And Pavel?
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's the round number of meetings, right? And I think that it's good time to say a little bit more about the market, like you already mentioned. Of course, we still working on many of other applications, but I think that it's today we should focus only on that. But like always, we want to give you any insight information from teams. So there is something big coming maybe next week that will allows you to, let's say, use, for example, Android application without using MetaMask and still be connected to our application. We are quite, let's say, proud of the how we just find a way to reduce the numbers of the connections with MetaMask and so on to increase your security. So yeah, I think that it's good news. You need to wait for more information when Bartek will join us next week. But I'm quite proud that the guys who is responsible for Android just find a way to log into application without using the MetaMask, but it's only for Android, right? So it will be more accessible, more comfortable way to use our platform, and I think that is good news as well. Like you can imagine, we just right now put all our, let's say, efforts to the market. Pavel is one of the fathers of this idea and the code there, so he will say more about it. But I can just say that
It's happening.
it's happening, and we
Yeah.
want to show you that we are trying to test this and crush every way that we can just imagine. Pavel maybe can say how many tests we have there or sending anything like that. But
Yes.
we
We have almost 2,000 lines of tests actually now, and it's gradually getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so like you can see, we try to make sure that it's secured, it's everything fine there. But enough of me. I'm here for your questions, but I think that's right now we are waiting for Pavel presentation, right? So Pavel, floor is yours. Good luck.
Yeah, floor is yours, Pavel.
Thank you very much. So as you know, I'm the creator of the market, and today I will show you idea behind it and how to trade. It will not be a very beautiful graphical interface, but I will show you it in the command line. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. But I think that the idea behind it is not very hard, so I think I can show my screen now, and let's make some trades. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. Okay, tell me if everything is okay. Okay, okay. So I prepared a presentation for today. I can show you here that we have 4 icons, which is our playground. If I type this, we have account 1, 2, 3, and 4. It simulates users. And we can take some parameters of this account. So I have special class here, utils, and as you can see, we can get account available. So it's how much money does account have to use for the market. So let's check, for example, account 1, and press enter. And as you can see, every account here has $1,000. Account 2, account 3, and account 4. Okay. Another parameter is balance of accounts. They have all $1,000. Okay. Bets equity, it's something like it will measure your position. If you gained something or you lose. For now, there are no bets, so every account should have 0 here. Okay, believe me that account 3 and 4 have same. What we have next? We have some parameters that checks if the account can be liquidated. For example, account 1, we check if it can be liquidated, if it have no position. So probably, as you guess, it couldn't be liquidated. So we have false here. Okay. And liquidation price, equity. Maybe I will show you it later. I won't show this, all of them now, because they are default values. So I will show you how to make a trade. We have something like here order executor, and we can execute a buy order or a sell order. It's very simple. So let's create a buy order. First, we give which account we want to use, and then two main parameters for the trade are a price and a quantity. Price indicates what price we want to buy. If there are some trades, for example, lower than 100, it will take them, but it will not take higher than 100. So we have price guarantee here. We won't get worse trade than this at $100. And for example, let's create a trade at quantity 1. So we want exposition equals 1. And as you can see, first list is about bets. I will show you it later, but we can see here that we created a buy order, and that's all. We can also create another buy order, for example, for account 2 for 99. So it's a $1 lower than the previous one, and it created another order, and they are stacking in our database. I can show you all orders here. Let's type buy order, objects all, and as you can see, we have 2 buy orders, one here. As you can see, the ID is the same as this, and the other one, it's this account to buy order. And now there are no trades. We just set orders and they are waiting, because if we want a trade, there need to be an opposite side. We have now only a buy side, so these people, account 1 and account 2, wants to buy one contract for 100 and second one contract for a 99, but we need to have opposite sides, so we need somebody who wants to sell them. So let's use account 3 for this. Okay, and we now use execute sell order, and I will show you how this works. Let's type account 3, and for now let's type that he wants to sell for $101. We type here -1 to indicate that it's a short order, sell order. For buy orders we have positive values, for sell orders we have negative values. It will be simplified on the for the users, so you probably will not have to care about this, but at the back end it simplifies our code if we use it like this. And maybe some of you guessed now that if we want to sell for $101, there will be no trade, because we want to sell for $101 or higher. Yes, we don't want to sell it lower. So as I execute this, as you can see, we have a sell order, but it's a limit or waiting sell order. So for now, we have 2 buy orders in our database and 1 sell order. But our engine checks if the order matches. For now, no order matches, because these guys, account 1 and account 2, wants to buy for $199, and account 3 wants to sell for $101. But let's finally execute some trade. So if I type order executor execute sell order and use account 4, and let's sell 1 contract for $90. It doesn't mean that it will be in the database a sell order for $90, and it will be waiting for somebody who wants to buy for $90, but it will be executed against the best order. So the best order for this guy, if he wants to sell for $90, if you want to sell something for $90 and somebody offers you $100, I think it's a good deal. You will use this opportunity to sell higher. So I type -1 for 1 contract, and if I execute this, as you can see, we have no orders now. We have 2 bets, and 1 bet is for the guy who executed order. So it's this guy account 4 who sold, and the second bet is for this guy who was this order executed against. Yeah, so as I can show you, if we type bets, if we list all the bets, we have now 2 bets. Yeah, so only these 2 bets. So this account 4 and account 1 have a bet, and this is the place where it will be stored in our blockchain. We will be storing all the history of executed orders. So it will be aggregated by smart contract, and it will be stored so anybody can check who has bet with who. Okay, so let's check now if something changes in our balances, available, and equity. So first let's check balance, utils, balance, price Oh, maybe let's check first the market last price. What's the price on the market? This sell order was executed against this buy order. So the last price on the market should be 100 because this was the last price any bet was executed. So we get market last price is 100. And then we can check, for example, account balance. And we have bet for account 1 and account 4. So let's check account 1. And his balance is $1,000 because he sold one contract at $100, but the price didn't move. Okay, the price didn't move. Later we will simulate what happens if the price moves. Okay, if we check available for account 1, it's 990. Why? Because for the presentation I prepared such market that we have a 10x leverage. So if account 1 has $1,000, he created a bet of value $100. So he used only $10 of his collateral, yeah, because we have a market 10x, so he used 10 times less than he needed to. And the same is for account 4. Okay, it's the same situation. And account 2 and 1 and 3 they didn't make any trade, so they have their default values. Okay, let's check account. Let's check for example equity. Account 1 has $1,000, but the magic happens now, because if we move our price, remember that this account bought order, so it's in the long position. If we move our price higher, let's use set market last price. Last price is 100, so maybe make 110. And now, if we check account equity, he has $1,000 and $10. Yeah, so because he had one contract, price moved $10 to the upside, so he gained $10. If he had more contracts, for example 2, he would have 120. Yeah, and as you know probably, the market is a zero-sum game, so somebody needed to lose, and the account which lose is account 4, because he was in a short position. Yeah, he sold one contract. So if we check account 4 equity, we have, instead of $1,000, we have $990. So this $10 from this account 4, moved to the account 1. Yeah, so it's a very simple calculation. If we move our price higher, account 1 has $50 in gain, and account 4 loses $50. Yeah, we can check this, how much your position is good or bad. We have something like account bets equity, and we can check it. As you can see, this account gained $50. This account gained minus 50. Yeah, so he lost $50. Okay. To show that shorts, that you can earn also on shorts, let's set the price to $90, and you can guess. Let's check. Account 1 lost $10. Yeah, so if we check its equity, it's the situation that account 4 was before, yeah, here on the app. And if we check account 4, he gained $10. Okay. Maybe I will show you another situation that maybe use another account to execute against one more order. So let's copy this and create another order at $100 by the account 1 and use account 3 to sell. So maybe let's use this to make account 3 also takes part in our market. Okay. Yes, we created two another bets. Now the first bet is the executor bet, so it's the account 3 bet, and the second bet is the buyer, yeah, so the account 1. So as you can see, if you calculate this, account 1 for now has 2 bets on the long, yeah, on $100 at $100. So let's check account 1 equity. For now it's a $1,000 because the last price should be 100, yeah, because it was the trade that was executed, the most recent trade, yeah, so it was at $100 because this 90, okay, maybe I will recap a quick recap here. This 90 was indicates that I want to sell at least at 90, okay, or higher. If I found bet higher, I will use this opportunity, yeah, to sell. Okay, so account equity. I wanted to check last price for the market. Yes, it's 100. And now if we move price, for example, another users did some trades because only then price moves, but I can here artificially move it. Set market price, maybe 110. So now remember that our account 1 has 2 bets to the upside. So if we check account equity, you see instead of a $10 gain, it has a $20 gain because we have 2 contracts here. And who loses? Let's check account 4. Okay, he lost $10, but this account gained 20, so somebody else needed to lose. And another losing account is this account who sold to our buyer one more contract. So as you can see, account 4 and account 3 lost $10 and our account 1 gained 20, so he took money from them. And I think that this is our main engine. We can also close bets if we, for example, if we execute by order and the selling bet, it closes it, yeah. But we need to provide the bet, and it will be simplified. Don't worry, it will be simplified on our web app on front end. You won't have to type all these comments. So maybe I will shortly talk about liquidation, how we want to solve it and why it's called decentralized, because it was our main obstacle, I can say. So I will change my screen and show you on the web. Yeah, here. Okay. And what's the problem? Maybe I will talk about our problem here that you can understand it. For example, let's take that our market is at state that something costs, let's take $1,000. Okay, and let's say I have $1,000 on my balance. Yeah, so it's my collateral. I can have 2,000 if I'm lucky, or I'm good trader, or I can liquidate it and have 0. And let's say I short at $1,000. So I have one contract sell. Okay. And if price moves up against me, I need to lose money. Yeah. So if for example, price is now $1,500, my contract will lose $500. Yeah, because I bought it at the price $1,000, and now it's 1,500. So my equity would be $500. Okay, I lost 500. And if it's going even higher, I lose more and more. And problem happens when the market reaches $2,000. Now my equity equals 0, yeah, because I bought one account here and it moved up, and now I lose on my contract, I lose $1,000. So my equity should be 0. And how liquidation works on exchanges? It works like this, that you have a tiny margin before you are liquidated. Let's say our maintenance margin rate, it's like parameter called like this. It's 0.5%. So it means that I need to have 0.5% of my collateral. Yeah. So if I have $1,000, 0.5% of this is $50. Okay. So if my equity gets to the $50, the exchange engine liquidates me. Okay. So it would happen at the price, okay, 1,950. Okay, and it works like this, that if the price reaches this target, exchange, if you have short, yeah, if you sold contract, exchange forces you to buy, okay, to close this position. And if there were any selling orders, it will liquidate against them. And for example, if your account is left with $20, let's say, because when the liquidation happened, it moved price a little bit up, exchange takes this, yeah, and you are left with 0. That's for the situations where there are no orders between this price and this price, yeah. So then, if exchange engine wants to liquidate you, it will liquidate you higher here. But if it closes here, your position, you would have negative equity. So, for example, negative $10. Okay, and on the exchanges, maybe if you got negative account balance, there are some ways to force you to repay this. They know you probably make a KYC. They know you. They can send somebody to take you this $10. But it's solved by insurance fund. So the exchange statistically earns at liquidations. And sometimes when there are no orders, they like forgive you this, that you were liquidated and your balance is negative, and they zero your balance. Okay, so for example, in this situation, then they give you this $10 and they don't send anybody to you. Okay, but this is the insurance fund on exchanges, and it statistically earns. Okay, and if it earns, the exchange can take this money and, for example, use it for themselves. Yeah, but we have no such insurance fund in our market. We have no way to force somebody to repay his debt, so we needed another solution, and we needed to make that users are responsible for liquidations. That's why it's decentralized. Okay, we do not have any centralized insurance fund or centralized exchange. Users keep an eye on each other, and this happens like this, that if the liquidation price triggers liquidation, okay, we try to liquidate you against market, so like the normal exchange. But if there are no orders, the other side, if you are short the longs your bet is connected with, liquidate you. Okay, so they will liquidate you, for example, at the price. Okay, so it's like we have another parameter like liquidation margin rate, and it's, for example, 2/10 of the percent. Okay, so the price of the liquidation of like our main liquidation is at 100 and 1,980. Okay, and if there are no orders between these both prices, we will liquidate you against another side. And it's like here, it's a good thing to understand that it's kind of like a game theory, because you want to liquidate your opponent, because if you liquidate him, you get all of his account to you. Okay, so if you get all of his account to your balance, it's like you liquidated him at $2,000, even if the price never reached this. Okay, even if the price stopped here and went lower, if you liquidated person, it's like you liquidated him at $2,000. So you want to liquidate your opponent, and your opponent don't want to be liquidated. Okay, so I think personally, I think it can be a game changer in the market, how we are used to markets, because it's something different. There is no central like accumulator for funds. Every user wants to liquidate his opponent. Okay, so, and he is responsible for the liquidation. Okay, nobody else. So that's in short how our liquidation will work. I think I can stop here. If you have any questions, go on. So thank you very much.
All right. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. It's a good opportunity right now. I will try to check if we missed any, and there are a few from Janetta, which are...
Before the questions, I think
Yes.
that I want to add few things, because for us it's quite obvious, right? And there is something that you need to know. So you need to remember that what already Pavel just mentioned, the market will be decentralized, right? So it means that we need to
Yes.
make some things different than normally, and who everybody just did in the past, right? So first of all, there will be no, let's say, standard order book. There will be no, let's say, first in, first out logic for the transactions. It means that if you add a transaction, for example, right now, and somebody added a transaction 2 days ago, there is no, let's say, there is no way to make sure that you will be the first one, right? Because you are added your transaction before the guy who is added a few seconds ago. The system will try to execute the trades based on the numbers of the positions, but the limit orders, but not based on a date. And it's thanks that we can just optimize few things. As well, why we did something like that, because in the centralized world, you are not sure what is there, right? You need to make sure that you are safe when you execute your order on the market. So one of the conditions that we made in the first place, Pavel, and you can confirm me if I'm, but confirm that. But the price is the something that it won't be, let's say, overused by the market, let's say like that. So it means that if you want to open the long position up to 100, right? It means that you want to open your position at the price of 100 max or lower, right? So it means that if there is position of 101, then market will stop on 100. What does it mean? It means that if I want to open the 10 contracts, and there is only 9 contracts to the in the range from 100 at less, then one position will be open as limit order, right? So it means that the market won't, if there is a, let's say we show that there is a for example not deep market, right? There is only few transactions in the range that you are aiming. The market won't be going like the flash crash that for example from small exchanges and so on. There will be always the position. So we guaranteed our market guaranteed you the price, right? The range of the price that you try to aim. There's sometimes there is a possibility that there won't be any transactions for you. So in that case, you are opening the limit orders, right? But if there will be something better for you or something around the price that you try to aim, we will create that position for you, right? So this is how it's worked. Like you maybe imagine that Pavel never used any ticker and any name of the product, financial product during the presentation. And you can imagine that if this is the model that we can use in a theoretical way, you can imagine that it's giving you the market to create anything you want for anything that you imagine, right? The only thing is that right now we try to figure out how to decentralize the oracles, right? The things that they are confirming the price for your market. But this is, you can just imagine that it's giving you the opportunity to and giving you the tools to create any market that you want, right? We want to start with the well-known financial products, like the contracts on DAX or NACP, right, and so on, and they will we start with that with Bitcoin. But in the future, in the next the next steps in our plans, we want to expand that to the more and more markets. But for sure, we want to give you opportunity to make a market, and I think that to the basics, because we already covered a lot of details today. So I can answer you. We want to list it everything to the dollar. So there will be some stablecoin. We still know which one, but we are aiming for the most secured. But let's just keep it that in way. But everything will be in the dollars, right? So it will be contracts in the dollars, Bitcoin in the dollars, and so on, right? But the transaction fee that we want to create, it will be in the big SB coins covered. So it means that you need to have a big SB coins to create your position with somebody, right? So this is the transaction fee. The good news is that if if you have, for example, more coins, the transaction fee decreased. So in more coins you have, the less transaction fee is, right? So it's let's say gratification. This is the gift to everybody who is holding a lot of coins on the market, and I think it's a great way to show that. And as well, because of the, let's say, the compliance perspective, we as a team, we don't, and the BigShortBet product cannot receive any coins for this market, any gain, any you know streams of funds, and anything like that. We are creating only the tool, but we cannot receive anything from this market, because it will be automatically aims all the eyes of SEC and other organization to us. So it means that the transaction fee that is collected by the smart contract will be distributed to everybody who is participating in the market. So I think that's good news, because first of all, you are paying the price, right, for transactions, but still you can just earn. So and as much as transactions is going there, you probably receive more in return for using the market. So I think it's a good news. And yeah, and I think I cannot say more. We can stop here. But I think it's already a lot of information, right? So
yeah, that's huge.
So like you mentioned, there is few questions, and I will start with them. So how big is the code coverage with the unit test? What I know for a whole application is something around 96%. I don't know what is specific coverage for market. Maybe Pavel will know this answer, but for application we are close to 100% of coverage, right? So I think it's quite good. It's quite good, and I'm quite proud of it, because a lot of our experienced developers, they very like to work in this framework that is called the testing driven development. It means that you are creating the test to make sure that your code is working, right? So you start with the testing and with the test scenario, and then you finish the code for this test, right? And thanks that we know if something is wrong before we deployed something to the production, and this is quite to applications, and it's quite a good way to develop and work, right?
If I can say about the market,
yeah.
Testing market is a little bit tricky, because different scenarios are limited only by your creativity. So if you want to participate in testing market, you can, for example, say some scenario you want to test, for example on Telegram, or write to me, and we'll implement it and test if it works. We covered basically all basic scenarios, and even more complex, but as you can imagine,
That's
it's only
very
limited
cool. Yeah.
by your creativity. So
if we have any ideas, just message to Pavel, or just find the Telegram. It's somewhere there in the.
I think that I have a very good information that because maybe without the blockchain part, without the smart contract, probably we want to make a test of our engine, and probably there will be option to create a sandbox for you only to test the engine. So that will be like something like demo version of the market, right? Won't be any real money and so on, but still you can just create the positions, check how it's work, how fast is it, and so on. And we want to create the, let's say, the testing period to make sure that everything is in the finder, right? So yeah, the sandbox of market is coming, but I don't want to say more. Yeah, so there was as well the question about the market will be available for API. Yes, we have on it on the roadmap, but like I said, first of all, we need to create a market for at least one product, then expand that idea, right, to another market, another financial product, and so on.
Yeah.
When it will be established, and then we can just open that for everybody, right? To just say, okay, guys, this is a tool, do what you want. This is API, and then I think it will be good good moment, right, to allow everybody to go trade. But keep in mind that the node that we are creating on our private blockchain with the backend application that will be running the market, it will be the let's say the oracle and the owner of the contract. So it means that all the transactions need to go to this one place to create to create the transactions and the record on the blockchain, right? So so yeah, this is like, sorry, the record, but the block on the blockchain, right? So it's going like that. But we are thinking how to open up our nodes and our private blockchain to everybody. So this is the one more insight here, but we will see what's coming with commands. Like I said, the day is short. We only have 24 hours.
Yeah.
And a lot of ideas. Like, for example, I can say this because I'm quite proud of it. Like this, we are thinking how to use NFT to cover your, for example, to secure your let's say ownership of the bait, for example. I can say more, but maybe you can imagine what this means.
That's nice.
But yeah, I think that is all I can say today. Yeah, so yeah, any other questions about the market?
There is a one to clarify. Janetta wrote, I don't know if I understand correctly, fee from market will be divided between the market users or all BigShortBets holders?
No, that will be divided by the hodlers who are participating in the market. So at least one transaction you need to make on the market to take part of the fee splitting on the market, right? So I think it would be a good way to, let's say, animate a little bit the market, because you need to at least create one transaction, open and close, but still it's some, running the transaction and increasing the volume on the market, right? So this is why we want to make this like that.
Yeah, the earlier you start, the more you get. Obviously, as you all know. For everyone who's with us for a long time now, 30 episodes already today, 30 episodes, and as Bartek said, only 24 hours a day. But we see you every week for all the past 30 weeks so far, so well, that's good news for you, and I hope you had some juicy information this time. If you don't have any more questions, we will thank all of you for coming today. It was amazing, Pavel. Really much respect for you guys, and Bartek, your entire team is doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for joining, and well, we hope you would have many more hours than just 24 hours a day. Really, we can tell by your every time when we make these live videos, we always have like 5 to 10 minutes before the live stream starts, and the guys are always, oh my god, we're doing so much stuff, this is amazing, so much stuff, we just can't tell you how much they are excited. That's one thing, but the other thing, how much is really actually happening. So it's just 1 hour a week for you guys, but if you want to stay tuned, just remember to join the Twitter page and the web page for the BigShortBets. Just join the community, and you can always write and message all of the devs. It's no secret to anyone who's working behind this project. That's why we do it, all the live streams for you. So yeah, it's very easy. Just test for yourself. Right now you can test the Android app, and in the future the market, and everything is being tested, everything is open for you. So guys, really, thank you so much for being here.
30 weeks, right? It's just quite a long time for
yeah, but it was
we
like
accomplished
this.
a lot of it was like this. I can say that we are all the time tired in the team, but I think that the excitement that we as well, we are the investors in the project, this is just warming up this and us, and just keep us on the track, and maybe adding a extra energy that we never know that we have, right? So I think that it's a good thing, and yeah.
So guys, if you want to support the project, you know what to do. Leave a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, join the sandbox, join the market, get some tokens. You know what to do. Just be active user for our community. And if you have any ideas on how to make it better with us, just join the Telegram channel. Just make some moves, message us. We are open for discussion and all your ideas. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Thank you, Pavel, and thank you, Bartek.
Thank you.
And we see you
Thank you,
next
everyone.
week on Devs and Holders meeting number 31. See you next week, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.